Welcome to Wisdom from the Word, a weekend podcast from Bible Fellowship Church family. A Saturday little spiritual nugget to keep you going, keep you alive. We thought it might be good for us to look at the book of Proverbs on Saturdays. And so the two verses that we've got for you today come from Proverbs 14, verses 3 and 4. And we're using the New Living Translation. So the word of the Lord says this: "A fool's proud talk becomes a rod to beat him, but the words of the wise keep him safe." If we want to understand these verses, we have to understand the concepts of what the Bible means by a fool and what the Bible means by a person who's wise. A fool, biblically, is not somebody who's intellectually deficient. It's actually somebody who's morally deficient, somebody who doesn't understand the value of morality, does not try to do the right thing, an individual who works against their own interests constantly. A fool is somebody who does things that are foolish, and what that means is, or things that are folly. What that means is that they're working against their own interest. They do things that defeat their own purposes or their own best interest. A wise person, on the other hand, is an individual who lives a life that has a moral quality of goodness. A wise person would be somebody who lives skillfully. They have an understanding of what truth is. They have a desire to do things that are right, and the way they live their life yields a quality of moral goodness. And so the proverb tells us a couple of things. It tells us, first of all, that a fool's proud talk becomes a rod that beats him. A fool runs his mouth. He wants to tell you what he knows. He wants to impress you with who he is. And so this actually becomes a rod that disciplines him or beats him, not disciplines him in a good way, but actually just beats him up. Foolish people are always plaguing themselves with their own words. Their words come back to haunt them continually. But we're told that that's not true of a person who is wise, that a wise person uses his words in a way that keeps them safe, that they minister to their own best interest. They do things that are wise. And so what's the biblical exhortation? What does God want us to get out of this? Well, he wants us to know that our words are very important, and our words reveal our hearts. And our words reveal the kind of people that we are. And so be careful how you use your words. And also, listen to the way other people use their words. When an individual claims to be wise, what do their words really tell us about them? Are they really, really living by wisdom, or are they just people that we ought not to be paying any attention to because they're always working against their own interests and the interests of others? The second proverb that we have today is a classic. I mean, this is a real classic. It says, "Without oxen, a stable stays clean, but you need a strong ox for a large harvest." And what he's saying is, if you don't want to have a messy house, if you don't want to have a messy stable, if you don't want to have a messy church, if you don't want to have a messy business, don't find people who are strong, because strong people always make a mess. But on the other hand, if you want a large harvest, then you need those kinds of people. And what he's really saying to us is that there are the kind of people who actually get things done sometimes are a little messy to be around. But you need those messy people if you want to be able to have a strong harvest. And so think wisely about the kind of people that you're associating with and that you're including in your ministries and in your circle of friends. Sometimes it's worthwhile to have somebody who's a little messy because you can get a good harvest. So here's some wisdom from the Word today. Hope it's been helpful to you. We wanted to do this outside, wanted to have a nice scene for you to be able to enjoy and to kind of encourage you today. But it's raining, And so, yeah, we're taping it on Friday. So here it is. Hope it's helpful to you today. God bless you. Stay safe. Wisdom from the Word for Saturday.